Well, Coronado's Village Theater is bringing beloved and historically significant movies back to the big screen. And with me now to talk more about this, we have Meredith Book, the CEO and Executive Director. And I'm so excited to talk about this because, like you were mentioning, Coronado's Village Theater is one of the last vintage theaters, at least in the area.
Absolutely. It just came under new operations.
Yeah.
We're very excited. It was closed for about a month during that transition, and the owners and CEO of UltraStar, which has the theater in Mission Valley and Hazard Center, which is now getting redone and reimagined as the Landing. So we're very excited to have them come in and take over this theater and relaunching our classic screening series, which we have never paused in 11 years except for COVID. So this is a really critical series for us. We love it. It's just such a great community social hour once a month, every month, without fail.
With these classic films, and it launches next week. And what are you guys showing?
We are showing, okay, doesn't quite fall into the realm of like a big classic, but it is Midnight in Paris. I know it's still like 2011. But we just love this film, and it does touch upon classics, literary classics. And I'm always surprised at who hasn't seen this film, but it's such a great feel-good movie that we thought it's just upbeat, it's fun. We're partnering with Little Frenchies on the island, and we've got champagne, and it's gonna be just a really great, bubbly evening.
I was gonna say champagne.
Yes.
Okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
And what has been the reaction? I mean, like you said, you guys have been carrying this for 11 years, with the exception of COVID. That's fine. What's the reaction been? People must love it.
They do, and it is really exciting. So the one thing about classic movies is that it taps that nostalgia in all of us. And what we're finding is younger people are finding their way back to the actual theater, coming indoors. They're getting off their phone, they're getting off their screen, streaming. They actually are now experiencing a movie theater as an experience. So it's really exciting to see this young generation connect. And we're finding that the cross-generational aspect of these films has really broadened our audience. It's been so much fun to see grandparents bringing their grandkids in to watch films that they grew up on, whether it's in the 50s, the 60s, few in the 40s, which is really exciting. And, to see these films the way they're meant to be seen on the big screen, surround sound, and just, I don't know, immerse yourself into these stories. And classics are, they're very special.
I like that you say it's nostalgic because, like you said, it gives like the grandparents the opportunity to kind of relive those moments.
Yeah.
And then to share it with the next generation.
Yes.
This is so fantastic. What else can people enjoy? Because you keep saying like social hour, which is interesting because you think of the movies where you're quiet, but this is an entire experience.
No, our crowd is not quiet. So the doors open and your ticket price, this is literally I don't want to say the cheapest date, the less expensive date, in San Diego. $15, come see a movie, includes a glass of wine or a non-alcoholic beverage, and the concessions is open and you can get whatever you like. But it's just, we pull from obviously the local community in Coronado, but we have these regulars that come over the bridge, and it's just a fun, it's turned into an event, and everyone mingles for about a half hour. And then Doug St. Dennis, who's the founder of the film festival, this is sort of her baby, and she has an intro, and her intro is, we like to say it's worth the price of the ticket. She shares these incredible stories and background and knowledge about the film that you wouldn't normally hear, and just sort of, I don't know, it just makes for a full experience. And, everyone's chatty. If they don't know someone, they introduce themselves. It's very low-key. But it just becomes such a great way for us to connect with the community, connect with our film lovers, and it also acts as a feeder for our year-round outreach program and our educational program leading into the 5-day film festival in November.
Which comes up, I was just going to ask you about that. So wait, real quick, before we get to that, so the classic film series starts on August 26th, Midnight in Paris. What other movies can we expect?
Correct. So we're doing Best in Show.
Okay.
And it looks like we're going to be partnering with Pause in Coronado for that, which is always so much fun. Halloween, we've geared up with Psycho, the absolute quintessential horror film.
Yes.
Last year we did, I'm trying to think, what did we do last year? It was like probably one of the biggest sellouts that we had. Oh, The Shining.
Oh, God.
Yes,
okay.
it just gave me The Shining, which was amazing to do. But again, when was the last time you saw these films on a big screen?
Yeah, in the theater.
And then Christmas, our holiday film is we're still working out what that will be. But in November, we're going to do When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
so again, just a classic New York fall romance.
Fall favorite,
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So that'll round out our year this year, and then we'll gear up for 2027.
And then the film festival also in November.
Yes, the main event.
Okay. And so
Yes.
what can we expect with that?
Well, that's huge. That's a whole different experience. So we have 5 days, kicks off at the Hotel Del with our Leonard Maltin Industry Tribute Gala. This is a beautiful evening that really shines a light on the contributions of talent, what we say above and below the line. So it's not just about celebrities. This is composers. This is the artistic and creative side. So that can be cinematographers, makeup artists, costume design, screenwriters. So that kicks us off. And then it's just 4 full days of industry panels, films, independent features, studio films, premieres.
Oh, gosh.
Just a lot. Parties, events.
Packed into 5 days.
Yes. Yes. We decided to, like earlier this week, we needed way more days this year.
Okay, this sounds good. Here's what we'll do. If you want more information, some of the movies, maybe they're going to be showing, you can head to our website, fox5sandiego.com. Click the Scene On tab, and I'll make sure that we've got the link up there for the folks, and if they want more information, obviously, on the film festival as well. Meredith, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
This
Thank
is
you
great.
so much. Okay.